Well, we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Fighting Words on the Fighting Words News Network. Fighting Words is brought to you each and every night of the week. In grateful appreciation to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the men and women police and fire services, the doctors and nurses and first responders out there on COVID. Please remember, when you're out there and you see somebody in uniform, please let them know you know they're there. Again, this week we lost another two fellow officers to violence. Please keep the law enforcement people and the fire fighters in your and the men and women of the armed forces in your prayers when you're thinking about it. So, Tony, tonight, we got Zito here. I'm going to bring Zito right in. I'm going to put you right in.
Hello?
Hey, Zito.
Z. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy. Going good. We're just finishing up our opening here, and we're going to go to you for the very first one. What did you think about, what's his name? Sean O'Malley's fight last night.
I missed Sean O'Malley's fight. I saw Pereira against Aguilera.
Oh, yeah, we'll go to that, and I'll come back to the O'Malley. Let's go ahead.
It was a rematch between the first fight where Aguilera won by decision.
Mm-hmm.
He looked the kind of in the first fight, he was more or less cautious. He was very timely. He would be getting rushed in at Pereira. And Pereira, he looked a little faded to me in that first fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the second fight, it started out, and Pereira it seemed like he was rejuvenated. He stepped at Aguilera. He started throwing like really hard, kind of fast punches like he does. He was backing up pushing me on defense. So he was really, really aggressive. He was putting a foot on the gas, and it seemed like Aguilera was a little cautious. He saw how Pereira was fighting, and maybe he was thinking that he would wear his gas tank out or something, let Pereira, toss his load, and then he'd be able to, do a little more. But it didn't end up that way. Pereira caught him with a shot, and Aguilera went down, and Pereira kind of ground pounded him, finished him with some elbows, the right top of it, kept the game there, and stopped the fight. So yeah, that was exciting. It was fast, but it was exciting.
Good. Hey Tony, what do you think about your boy Bud Crawford getting held up?
Getting held up with.
Yeah, he got. He was accosted on the street, so at gunpoint.
I didn't hear about that actually.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday. It seems he was coming out of a hotel, and somebody said something other. He turned around, and the guy had a gun in his face.
I'm not a Crawford guy, but that's uncalled for anyone. No one should have to do that. Hopefully, they caught the guy that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did they actually rob him, or?
They took his watch and his Rolex, and
wow.
Yep.
And all that hard-earned money and losing stuff like that, it's horrible.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah, nobody should go through that. Hopefully, they'll catch some gun that did it.
Then 2 days later, he got arrested himself for having a loaded gun on the front seat of his car.
I mean, nobody could blame him for that after he just went through, my gosh. But,
sure.
I mean, I'm not sure. He was in Nebraska, I think he probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what the firearm law is in Nebraska, but my God, I mean, just getting accosted 2 days prior at gunpoint, no blame. I don't blame him a bit, but I mean, everybody's got to follow the rules, though. But that's understandable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that for him.
Yeah. Hey, tell me about what you think about the Charles Oliveira and Gamut fight that's coming up in a couple weeks?
I don't know about the other guy. I know Oliveira, a legend,
Mm-hmm.
a legend. But to me, with Oliveira, every fight it always depends on how much he has left in his head.
Mm-hmm.
He's been through so many wars, entertaining wars. He's won and lost. Won most of them, but
Mm-hmm.
he's been through so much.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it also depends on what the other guy has. If he's explosive enough, then he can go ahead and he could probably stop Oliveira on the feet. If he's explosive and doesn't stop Oliveira on the feet, I hope he has a good ground game because Oliveira will go ahead and submit you. So you kind of have to be careful with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess the other question I had for you was Paul Hughes and Kamaru Usman that's coming up.
No, I don't know too much about Paul Hughes. I heard about him, but I don't know too much about him. I just know that Kamaru Usman, if he's still on top of his game, it's going to be hard to beat him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with him on that one. I don't know a lot about the one guy, but I know Usman, and he's no joke, even at this stage in the game.
Okay. Tony, what do you think about Canelo Alvarez now saying that he's going to be out till mid 26 with operations?
I had heard he was going to have some kind of, or he had some kind of an injury. I'm not sure exactly what caused it, but like I said a show or two back, it wouldn't shock me if he takes his payday and kind of slowly slides out of the picture. You know, It doesn't have to fight Benavidez. He made a ton of money off the Crawford fight, win, lose, or draw. You know, maybe he heals himself up, goes to lose his life. You know, I mean, I couldn't blame him a bit for that, and I have a feeling that might be the way it's going to go. This might be his exit tragedy.
Okay. Hey, see, what do you think about Teofimo Lopez saying that he thinks Shakar Stevens is slipping?
I don't know about that, but Teofimo Lopez needs to worry about Lamont Roach, who's in front of him right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're trying to fight. Lamont Roach, and it's funny. It is so funny because Lamont Roach was bulled up to fight Gervonta Davis. And to me, he won that fight. So now he's being bulled up again to fight Teofimo Lopez. So, I mean, right now, he's a guy who, and this is what I like. He's a guy who's willing to put it on the line. He's not sitting there, well, this is my natural weight. And no, this is the guy who wants to fight me. He has a name. Let's go. So, I mean, I really, really appreciate that. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. I just think Teofimo is too big and too active. Roach, what hurts Teofimo, to be honest, are feet. Educated boxing feet. Teofimo if you're not in front of Teofimo, or if he can't get you in front of him, he has a bit of trouble. If you're coming right at Teofimo, or if you're in his wheelhouse, then he's going to be pretty good. He's going to look good. He's going to shine and everything. I do not predict him to knock Roach out because Roach is too tough. I just think Roach, he's not going to. I can't say he doesn't have the skill, but just the style of fighting, I think the style doesn't match up to beat a Teofimo Lopez, especially when he's coming up in weight. But as far as Shakur Stevens slipping, I don't think Shakur Stevens is slipping. I just would love to see. I mean, I like the Cepeda fight. I actually thought Shakur lost that Cepeda fight. I would like to see a rematch to see if there could be a definitive, more definitive winner. But I would love to see that little competition. I would love to see, or stay active. Either increase level of competition or keep fighting. Because that's what I have. So I don't think he's slipping. I just think that's the case for all fighters to me.
Okay. Tony, what do you think about Chris Hubert and Connor Benn coming up? Eubank. I'm sorry, Eubank, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. Like I've been saying in the past, I hated that it kind of been lost the fight, but I honest to God think this time I don't think you're going to see the same type of fight. I think you're going to see Conor take this one. I think he's hungrier. I think he was just as hungry the first time, but I just think this match is going to be a little bit different. I think you're going to see he's ready for this. He knows what to expect, and I'm going to put the basket out on the table. He's coming home with the win on this one.
Okay. Z?
Yeah. I have to go with the British on this one. I think Chris Eubank is going to chin him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last fight he began to figure him out a bit, and I think he buzzed him a little bit in the last fight toward the end. Conor Ben is very explosive offensively.
Mm-hmm.
He throws hard, nice hard fast combination.
Mm-hmm.
He's smaller than Eubank. He has less reach than Eubank. He has to get to Eubank, and more important than anything, before Conor Ben throws punches, his chin is open. After Conor Ben throws punches, his chin is open. Up in the air, hands down, open. And that's kind of how Chris Eubank was taking advantage with the jab and with his distance and being able to catch him with shots coming in and going in, just certain aspects going out. I don't see Conor Ben winning this fight. I don't see him changing up that much. He doesn't necessarily feint and move his head to get inside and stay inside. So, I mean, things that, I just don't see him beating Eubank. Eubank is getting older, but so's Conor Ben.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that, and power doesn't go anywhere. I think Eubank's going to just find those shots, and I don't think Conor Ben's going to last.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me ask you another one on your side, Z. Benoit Saint Denis is coming up with a fight with was it Danish Dervish?
That's what I see.
Yeah.
I heard Saint Denis. I don't know about Dervish yet. If he's coming up, then it'll be interesting. But if he's that guy, then we should see good things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me go over here for this again. How about Jake Matthews against Neil Nagy? Z. Uh-oh. Somehow we lost Z. Oh, he's coming back. Hold on. All right. I ask you a question, you want to just disappear.
Oh, no. Phone went out. Yeah, I don't know about Nagy. I don't know about either one of those two. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. I still have another call in for Caden for the third time. We haven't been able to get a hold of him yet. How about Tony? What do you think of Garcia versus O'Mara coming up?
Raleigh Romero?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to fight again, but I think you're going to see a different outcome this time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to see Raleigh Romero win this fight. I know he won the last one, and I chalk it off to Brian Garcia having a bad night, and he explained what he didn't make anything up. I mean, he said this personally ruined it for me. He still attributed the fight, gave it to Raleigh, and gave him credit for the win. But he said the whole thing with being out live in the square and the car ride down and how it went and the reason for it, and there were all kinds of things that they didn't disclose to the public.
Mm-hmm.
If they get into a ring inside a building this time, I think you're going to see a different outcome. I don't think you're going to see Raleigh Romero walk out with the winner.
Okay. Z, what do you think about Carl Urberg for dropping Reyes in the first round?
I didn't see. I do want to comment about the Raleigh.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go for it.
I think that first thing is I can't buy that from Ryan Garcia. I can't buy that just because everything was fine with him until Raleigh Romero knocked him down. Everything, his fight game, everything he wanted to do, He hit Raleigh sometimes. He had kind of was establishing what he wanted to do with Raleigh, and Raleigh knocked him down. And after that, Ryan kind of didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to put himself in those dangers, and his fight IQ went out the window. Fight IQ, and I can't say, but the fight IQ he has went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't buy Ryan, to walk to the ring, because that would have showed up in the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as far as the rematching,
Mm-hmm.
it all and now I'm going to say this much: it all depends on Ryan's mind state.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on if Ryan has the mind state of taking that Riley Romero law back to the gym and working on different things, and committing to if he has that mind state. But I haven't seen that from Ryan right just yet. Ryan has big fights, and I've seen the same thing from him. I haven't seen him progress like I think he should. I mean, a lot of people think he should.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan has all of the talent in the world, but he will. I mean, all we see is a left hook from him, a left hook and athleticism, to where he can get away from things athletically. He can hit you with other punches athletically, real committed to you. So I think that Ryan Garcia, he can. I mean, he has the ability to make, and the toughness, and the boxing toughness to beat a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that his mind state holds him back so much. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that would be yet to be seen.
Okay. Hey Tony, what do you think about Schofield? Wait a minute. I'm sorry about Brian Norman and the Haney fight coming up. There seems to be a lot of press on that says that Haney's going to get destroyed.
Who's going to destroy who?
That Brian Norman is going to destroy Haney.
Oh, I believe it. Haney better get a box of Kleenex. That boy's going to be crying after this fight.
Whoa.
He's better get a good attorney. Because him and Daddy are going to be calling for attorneys after this fight for his loss. So, Brian Norman's taking his fight.
Good.
Yeah. I think that it could be a tough fight for Haney. I slightly pick Haney, but I think the book is kind of out on Haney to a degree. If Brian Norman, who's capable, can put pressure on Haney, can kind of really, really, commit the pressure, be in shape, but put pressure on Haney, then you could kind of bag rounds by Haney not committing to, more or less moving all the time and not committing to his punches. Mm-hmm. Haney needs to establishment to win. Mm-hmm. He needs establishment to win. He needs to establish his jab. He needs to establish his ring. He needs to establish his footwork. He needs to take the lead. And when Haney doesn't lead, he doesn't punch. Mm-hmm. Haney will grab. He'll move out the way. He won't counter. He won't commit to a counter or anything. Mm-hmm. He won't commit to any offense off of when you resist, off of your aggression, I should say. Mm-hmm. Brian Norman needs to be aggressive with his feet. More than anything, be responsible defensively. Haney still has 2 fists. So coming forward, but cut the ring off. Be responsible with your feet. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. Throw punches, throw your jab. So, mm-hmm. so you'll be active while you're cutting the ring off. But Haney really, as I say, I think the book is out on him to where, he's not going to stand and fight at all.
Whoa.
At all. Not right now. And that's dangerous to fight that way for yourself. Because eventually, if you're afraid to get caught, if you fight afraid to get caught, eventually you're going to get caught. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was scared last fight. That last one, he was scared. He was running around. He does that again and gets clipped. He better really hope he can win this fight, because for a lot of reasons, mental reasons, as well as every other boxing reason, he better win this fight. And I don't think he's gonna. And I think he's right. I think he's not ready for it mentally. I don't think he's ever been right since he got clipped from Garcia.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this one? Luis Ortiz versus Moses Atuma. Z.
I think Luis Ortiz is a bit too old for that one. I like Luis Ortiz, and upon Luis Ortiz, I would pick. I would say he's too seasoned for a timber. But I mean, right now, that's too young, too fast, and too powerful for Ortiz to deal with right now.
Okay.
Like I say, Ortiz just can't. He can't avoid what will be coming at him. So I can't pick him for that.
And Luis Ortiz just won a fight in Orlando, I think, last week. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he beat somebody in Orlando last week. I don't know who the person was, but they were saying it was supposedly a brutal knockout. But I'm not sure who it was. I'll have to research that one.
All right. Well, how about, Atuma seems to be running his mouth off a lot. He said, he wants to fight Usyk. He says that Usyk is running away from him. What's your thoughts on that one, both of you? Start with you, Tony.
Who was fighting or who was running from Usyk?
Atuma, Itauma, Atuma, Moses Atuma.
I'd have a hard time believing he'd be running from him. I mean, that's big money. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I believe it. If the rumor is he's running from him, I'm not sure I'm going to buy that one. I would think he would be graciously calling that fight. This could be a big one, big money. And although I don't think he would beat Usyk, it would be one hell of a fight.
Yeah. No, he had mentioned that this week in boxing news. That's why I was asking. In fact, he said, if I lose, I'm 20. If I win, I'm champion. That was his remark for that. Z, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, the last time I heard them, when they interviewed him and they asked him, this was maybe not too long after he beat Dylan White. He said that right now he felt he wasn't ready for Usyk. He said, I'm definitely one of the best. He's like, just right now, he's like, I think, let me take a few fights, I'll be ready for Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially saying, he wasn't, just like exactly ready for Usyk. I can understand, that maybe now he feels he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this much. To me, his biggest win is an older Dylan White.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe he does have more work to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the next in line to see Usyk, if they beat, who does he fight? If he beats Fabio Wardley, it's Joseph Parker.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think he should be next in line for Usyk. To be honest, he's the most deserving.
Right.
So, as I say, Atuma has more work to do. Not saying he can't do it, but there are more people for him to fight, just to see where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Can Joseph Parker do it, you think, Steve?
Against Usyk?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. It'll be tough, maybe for the first few rounds. Joseph Parker, the thing with Joseph Parker is he can kind of adapt to a degree. He's going to know that he's not going to sit up there and outside spar with Usyk at all and be successful. So he's going to have to kind of take it to Usyk, be a little rougher, be a little harder. Like Joseph Parker has kind of been developing to a degree. He's hitting harder. He's committed to his punches more, definitely. And he's taking more of a front foot stand. So I think that he can kind of give Usyk, a bit of trouble. But ultimately, Usyk looks in great shape, and Usyk looks to be committed to his punches harder too. And I think it'll end with the Joseph Parker getting stopped, maybe by cut. Maybe just by accumulation. But I just think that Joseph Parker is the most deserving, and he, to me right now, is a clear number 2 in heavyweight. But he's a clear number 2 in heavyweight compared to the number 1. Who's head and shoulders above, right now, to me, above everyone else. He's cleared the competition out, except for Joseph Parker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I look at it.
Okay. Hey, Tony, Lamont Roach has a fight coming up on the December 11th with Pitbull Cruz. What's your thoughts?
That's going to be a hell of a fight. I like both those because I really do. I like both those because I'm not really happy with the way that Pitbull has fought. After he fought Gervonta Davis, he went into this swinging mode where he just takes swings. And if he hits you with it, you're going to get hurt, might go down.
Mm-hmm.
But he chases you around the ring, and he's got a lot of stamina. And God bless him. He might give Lamont Roach a run for his money, but then again, Lamont Roach also will track you down. And so 2 of them are going to be coming at each other. And it could be who can land the shots. And don't put Lamont Roach out at all on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's one of the toughest ones I think I'm going to have to say. But if I had to pick, I'd probably say Roach might take Pitbull on this one. But if Pitbull lands one of his hooks on Roach, which I don't think he can, I don't think he'll be able to do it to Roach. Everybody else, Gervonta's smaller. He got a hold of him, clipped him. Everyone else, yes. Lamont Roach, I don't think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see Roach clip him, take him out.
Okay.
It's hard for me to say because I love both those guys, and I don't want to see either one of them lose, but I'd be leaning on Roach's hat on that one.
Okay. Hey.
All right. I thought that Roach was fighting Lopez, but he was fighting Cruz. Okay. Yeah, I see he was fighting Cruz. And I thought he was fighting Teofimo.
Mm-hmm.
You mind if I speak on that?
No, go for it. Sure.
First of all, self-correction there. But yeah. I have to agree with Tony to an extent. Pitbull, to me, he found his success. He found to where he gets where his best success is, and that is getting inside and brutalizing. The thing is this: Pitbull, he gets a lot of rounds by guys purely not trying to contact him.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a lot of rounds, he just won a round. Because he might hit a guy 1 or 2 times, the guy might throw a flurry or 3, but those 1 or 2 times, and then the guy's running around, that's the round that, that's how the players remember, and they get,
right.
That's what Pitbull gets. With Lamont Roach, he's not the kind of guy to use his feet. What he can do is he can steer Pitbull at times, especially on the inside if he's willing to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a grueling fight for Lamont Roach. No matter win or lose, it's going to be a grueling fight. Whether he wins, it all depends on how tough he is. Because even if Pitbull's not hitting him clean, he's hitting his tail. He's grazing him, and even the graze is kind of knock you off balance. So, and as I say, he's fighting Pitbull, if I'm correct, at 140.
Right.
So Lamont Roach, he's coming up 2 weight divisions in 2 fights.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I say, and he's fighting, Pitbull, a hard-hitting guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as I say, it all depends on if his shell can take it and if he can stay calm enough to execute. If he can, then Pitbull has openings and weaknesses in the hands and the feet to where Lamont can take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all about toughness and can he stay mentally calm to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He did it against Davis. And Davis is a little more timelier guy, not as active as Pitbull, not as every minute, every second of every round brutal as Pitbull.
Mm-hmm.
But he might be able to kind of gas Pitbull out. I mean, you don't know. So, as I say, there are weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pitbull that we both saw fight Tate Davis that, in my eyes, both of them won.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, what do you think about Tony? Let's go back to you with Ryan Garcia and Shakar Stevens. It's coming up.
I watched Shakir fight his last time. I wasn't overly impressed. I thought he did a lot of running around. I expected a lot more of him. He's the better fighter out of the two. I'll go with what Z said earlier about Ryan. If Ryan comes in focused and he trained in good shape, he's going to be that left hook. If he gets that left hook in, if he can get the left hook in on Shakur, it's going to be devastating. The big word to be if. Shakur is obviously going to be training for that left hook. He's going to be looking for it. And he's good at his defense, so it's going to be very hard for Ryan to land that left hook on him. And there's not a whole lot that Brian's really going to be able to do otherwise except that left hook. So I'd have to lean, as much as I love Ryan Garcia and I want him to win, but I don't know if he could do it against Shakur. May not be a knockout on either side, maybe points, but if it goes to points, it's going to be in Shakur's favor.
Okay. Z?
Yeah. If they meet, they'll meet at 147 because Ryan cannot make 135 anymore, let alone 140. So I don't know if Shakur is going to move up. For the money, Shakur, to fight Ryan, I think Shakur would move up. So we'll see if that happens. But outside of that, I have to agree with Tony. If they meet up, regardless of weight, if Ryan's head's not in the game, Shakur is he's gonna look good against him. He's gonna look very, very good against Ryan. If Ryan's head's in the game, then Shakur he could win a decision, but he's going to fight a very, very defensive fight. He's going to stake out the joint for the decision. If Ryan has his head in the game, if Ryan doesn't, then it's going to be ugly for Ryan.
Okay. Well, what about? Let me ask you another one, Z, for you. Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes.
I don't know. It depends. I like Dominic Reyes.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know in this one.
Did you happen to see Divashil and Sanhagen last night?
No. Corey Sanhagen. What happened?
Yeah, he destroyed Divashil. Or Divashil destroyed Sanhagen in the second round.
Yeah.
Knocked him out.
It might be coming to an end for Corey.
Yeah. We don't talk about coming to an end. I thought Chris Cyborg was done, but now I see that she signed a fight with Sarah Collins for December 13th.
Boxing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Against Sarah Collins.
Collins, yeah.
This is Sarah Collins. I'm thinking of that. I mean, yeah. I don't know why Cyborg is coming back and fighting anybody with a boxing name. That doesn't sound good. I'm thinking Cyborg has the weight advantage, and that would be it. But if not, then it's gonna be worse. I mean, she's a very, very aggressive fighter with her fist. Technique, she has some technique. She knows technique. She's been training technique all of her life. When it comes to fighting now, sometimes she doesn't employ the technique, and boxing technique is very different from this striking. So, I don't know. It's very, very acute, and if you fight somebody who knows those sciences, then that's not, especially her size, then that's not going to be good. I'm definitely not going to, pick her. And I think Cyborg should retire. She's had a wondrous career.
Right.
I don't know why she's going on, but No, I mean, I can't tell anybody how to make their money.
Okay. Timothy Bradley had one fight that he walked away as all of a sudden now he's a columnist, he's a prognosticator, he's anything that you want. He's calling out, says that Terrence Crawford can surpass Muhammad Ali is only if he fights Benavidez, Bivol, or Genovic. Of the three, which would be the best for him, Tony?
Benavidez, but I don't believe any of that. That's a bunch of hoopla.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's got to get through Benavidez. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Z, what about
No way?
How about Crawford and Bivol, Chris? Z.
I don't know. I think Crawford should fight Timothy Bradley for saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, that you're moving up a weight class now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guy, he just moved. He just went 2 weight divisions up,
mm-hmm.
and picked the main guy at that division. Now you're asking him to go up a weight division and fight either one of those 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got disputed. Either one are the best. You know, even though Bivol and Benavidez, they were, they're 1-1. So
mm-hmm.
you know, the disputed. You have 3 disputed, the best at that division, and you want Crawford to move up to fight either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Crawford again? 37?
Yeah.
No. He just got guns pulled in his face and all of that. No, he needs some easier life.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about moving down to middleweight, and because I can see that. I can
mm-hmm.
see him moving up middleweight and being comfortable, fighting, getting his title there.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting middleweight apparently, so he's getting the title there and being good.
Mm-hmm.
And being good. As far as him surpassing Ali, yeah. I mean, Crawford. I mean, everybody's a prisoner of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just have to, remember and recognize with Ali, his fights, what he's done. What's my name? Make a guy miss 20 times, hit him with it 2 times and drop it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ali showed off in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Terrence Crawford, as good as he is, Terrence Crawford, he'll go through it. It'll be tough for him, and then he finds the key. And
mm-hmm.
then he'll go ahead and beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Ali will come in the ring showing off.
Mm-hmm.
Even just fighting toughness, there's a difference. I'm not saying Terrence Crawford is not tough or anything, but a guy like Joe Frazier nailing on you, for 15 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on this guy's side, but
it's okay.
I don't say that is the prisoner of the moment to even talk that way.
Mm-hmm.
Even put Crawford, even to put pressure on him,
mm-hmm.
it is to me kind of wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's achieved enough for this, so leave the man alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you another thing too. He's not going to beat Duvall either.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't beat any of them.
He might. I would think he might have a chance with Bitterbees, but I don't think he would ever take Duvall or Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he beats any of them. I mean, that's too heavy, and that's 2 of them hit very hard. Hitting very hard. Even for that weight class, Benavidez is pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez, notoriously hits hard.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you're just not going to get to easily without getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just, certain things, Crawford's good. He can move the middleweight, he's achieved enough. He doesn't need to do all this, especially at 37. With
Right.
Bradley, he didn't do it.
Right.
So, I don't see how he's going to put that on Crawford.
Mm-hmm. Well, Z, by the way, I do have a request into Eddie Hearn for a pass for the Ennis and Lima fight. Eddie's putting it on at the Leocoris Center at Temple.
Hey.
So we'll see what happens. But I did put the request in, and Bernard is going to be there. So if we get the thing back, I'll get the two of you together. Another note, I was able to make a nomination to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame for Bernard. He's got 50 years of experience as a sports writer, specifically on boxing. Wrote for the Miami Herald, the Philadelphia Bulletin, the Philadelphia Inquirer, and also ended his career with the Philadelphia Daily News. He is a member of the World Boxing Hall of Fame, the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, the Pennsylvania Boxing Hall of Fame, and is immediate past president of the National Sports Writers Association. So they were. I talked to Bob Allen Friday, and they were happy to get the nomination. And he asked if we have anybody else that we know. So if anybody knows anybody in either broadcasting, the media, or fighting, either has to be boxing. They just let the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame know they'll or Bob Alexander know they'll take care of it and make sure they get at least before the board. So all right, let's see. Alex Volkanovski and LeRon Murphy. See?
Alexander Volkanovski?
Volkanovski, yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't looked too good lately. I don't know about LeRon Murphy. Hopefully it'll be a good match, and maybe Volkanovski can get back on track. As far as that, but I don't know. It's been going downhill, and if any more bad losses to me, I think Volkanovski might need to hang it up.
Yeah. Hey Tony, Derek Chisora is coming back December 13th. He has a TBA at this point in time because the person he was supposed to fight evidently has medical problems, is not going to be able to fulfill his contract. If you were a matchmaker, who would you match with Chisora?
How long has Chisora been out now since his last fight?
All right, it's got to be at least 2 years. When you say Z?
His last fight was against Joe Joyce, and I think just won a decision, knocked Joe Joyce down. And it might have been a year and some change.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a year and some change.
Okay. Actually, that was the first thing that came to mind when you said that was Joe Joyce. But 2 years, being out 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, and going up against Joe Joyce right now is a bad idea. I don't know. If I had to put him up with somebody, I'd find somebody that's been out a year or so and in the same class and try to put them together, make it a match. But did they say who he was initially supposed to fight?
Yeah, but I forgot what it was. Once they took him out, I took him out of the script. Well, I'll give you an easier one. Z.
Yeah,
go ahead, Z.
I was going to say, I would, as far as Derek Chisora is concerned, I would put him against the guys who just more or less fought. Either a tumor. I put him against the young guys, because that type of pressure, we see what the tumor does with that. That would be interesting. Or I'll put him up a third fight against Dylan White.
Mm-hmm.
see what these guys have left.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
They put up good every time they fight. It's a trying to fight. So,
sure.
Dylan White would be a fair fight. That'd be a fair one, but for them both.
Yeah. I would like to see that Atuma fight just because the pressure Chisora puts on you. And what I do know is this: Dylan gave Usyk probably the toughest fight at heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
So. I would like to see it.
Okay. Z, what do you think about Paddy Pimbrett and Ilya Tapura? Could that be a match or not?
Don't know. I don't know. Well, it could be a match, definitely. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let me just put that down there. Let me go over here. Oh. Funny. Tony, how about Ernesto Mercado and Diego Pancho? Pancheco.
I know a little bit about Diego. I don't know about the other guy too much. Diego, if I'm not mistaken, and he's the up and coming. That's a lightweight fight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Diego. Diego's a good fighter. He's one of those you're going to want to watch in the lightweight ranks, but I don't know a whole lot about the other fighter that he's fighting right now. But,
Okay.
but he's going to keep him on. He's going to be a bad dude in that division.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Z, what do you think of Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin?
Oh,
damn it!
That could be an interesting fight. It depends what Erickson Lubin has. Erickson Lubin, he's funny because he has a style that can really, really create trouble for Virgil Ortiz. I don't think he has the durability. That's the only thing with Erickson Lubin is durability. His last fight was it Fandor beat him up pretty bad. So, not his last fight, but I know some fights ago, Fandor beat him up pretty bad, had him struggling very bad, and he had to stop the fight. Virgil Ortiz is a guy who's capable of doing that to Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin is also capable of doing some things to Virgil Ortiz. He's capable of making Virgil Ortiz look bad, feel bad at spots. Ultimately, I think he gets beat up. I'm sorry. I like Erickson Lubin. I just think his durability and he doesn't. I think he loses composure. When the heat gets to him a bit. So I just can't pick Lubin. Just off of history, I can't pick Eric.
Okay.
Erickson's been doing the Orlando circuit. I know he's had at least 2 fights in Central Florida here in the last 6 months or so. And I think he's been doing just to stay active and kind of prep up for some of the bigger stuff. But I got to agree with Z on this one. I think he's a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he can beat Virgil.
Okay. All right, Z, here's one. Again, you're the matchmaker. Alex Pereira wants a super fight with John Jones at the UFC White House fight. Yes?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. John Jones on the White House lawn, first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got Pereira. I mean, the first thing is John Jones doesn't want to fight heavyweight. He doesn't want to fight in this division. He hasn't fought in almost 3 years?
Yeah, right.
So right now, I mean, I don't. Pereira's calling him out because he's a guy. John Jones, he might take one more fight and retire. But second is this: I wouldn't pick Pereira to beat him if he moved up to heavyweight to fight John Jones. So I mean, yeah, for the money, yeah. For the win, no.
Let's call it exhibition. Get Jake Paul involved. We'll call it exhibition.
Okay. Tony, Isaiah Cruz versus Lamont Roach. What's your thoughts?
I'm a Roach guy. Cruz is good, a great fighter, but like we've been talking about tonight with Roach, and from what I just watched with his last couple of fights, especially with Trevante, he's the man. Lamont Roach from now, I think he's one of the top up and coming guys right now, and he's on fire and he knows it mentally, and I think that's a lot of what's going to carry him. He's got the skills, and he's got it mentally. He knows he's capable of doing things, doing damage.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be one to watch out for a lot of people.
Okay.
I tell you what, I would like to see Lamont Roach stay at 135 and fight Shakur Stevens. I think that to me would be his best move. Instead of moving up another weight division to fight anybody else, I think he should stay at 135 and fight Shakur Stevens. I think that would make a very interesting matchup.
I think he could take him.
Okay. Z, what's your thoughts on Sean O'Malley and Ryan Garcia? Ryan beat the hell out of him last night. 80 seconds.
Oh, well, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect that to happen. But I mean, that's all I really can say. I didn't expect that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the boxer ring, or Garcia beat him?
No, it was yeah, it was no. I'm sorry, it was MMA.
Oh, MMA. Okay.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another one for the history books. It seems that Shane Mosley wants to come back, and he's going to fight in December. Now, given the fact that he's been out a while, Z, what's your thoughts on that one?
Shane Mosley was one of the most entertaining fighters coming up in basically late 90s, early 2000s during that time. Him and Oscar De La Hoya have wars. Shane Mosley will fight anybody. Fought Winky Wright, fought Brennan Forrest. I mean, the guy fought Floyd Mayweather. I think that Shane Mosley is doing perfectly fine right now. And I'm going to say that for specifically one reason. If we go back and we watch a 2001 Sugar Shane Mosley talk, and then we listen to Sugar Shane Mosley talk now, he never should ever get back in the ring again. Never.
Yeah, he's got. He definitely has signs of pugilistic dementia, and sometimes unable to put one word together or to understandable, I should say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's he set up the fight? Was it a more like a exhibition thing?
Let me see here. I just moved on from that page. Yeah, no, it's not. It's Jesus Ramos is who he's.
I don't know if that would be good.
Yeah.
For us, especially that comment.
Yeah. Okay. How about Z? What's your thoughts about Jack? God, Della Mandolino and Makachev fight. You never get that.
Mandolino?
Yeah.
Islam. I'm going to pick Islam.
Okay.
Islam, Cade pretty much going to contend with me. He's a part of, that part of that crew, that Khabib crew. And those guys, they're animal wrestlers. They're pretty good on the feet. They're hard on the feet. They're not slick or anything. They're hard on the feet. But once they get a hold of you, it's problems. So I'm going to have to go ahead and pick Islam more than that.
Okay. Tony, if what's your thoughts on Kelliam Smith and David Merrill? That's coming up in January.
I'm a big David Merrill fan. I'm glad to see he's getting another one. I can't remember who he just fought here. last couple months, but
Benavidez.
oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know, I can forget that. Morrell's a bad dude, man. He ain't losing that fight. He is just a tad bit under Benavidez in my book. Gotta give him a kudos for that fight. He did a damn good job against Benavidez, and he's a tough son of a gun. Yeah, there's no way to lose that fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. Callum Smith's a guy that notoriously he's a truth teller. If you beat Callum Smith, then that means you're pretty legit. And if you don't, or if it makes you look a certain way, well then, you know what I mean, then that's your level. I think David Morrell is going to actually look pretty good. Might even stop Callum Smith, and that's something to say. That's something to say, but I think right now that Benavidez fight probably helped David Morrell much more than it helped Benavidez. And I think this Callum Smith fight is going to help him more. It's going to help his confidence, I think, and he's going to be able to do things to Callum Smith to really kind of, to work on his game. I would like to see him fight Benavidez again. I would like to see that rematch. I think because David Morrell, he came in and, for a portion of the fight was more or less didn't want to taste Benavidez's power. He fought a little cautious. And I think this time around, it'll be different. Yeah. Okay. I think it'd be a better fight. I wouldn't put Morrell out of it. I still lean on Benavidez, but that Morrell would have a better chance knowing what he's doing this time around, especially with the mentality of when you got a person that can do him up. He knows he can do it. I'd love to see that myself.
Okay. Z, I got the last one for you is Yuri Panchalski beat the hell out of Cahill Roundtree last night. Was that a surprise to you? It was to me.
Who did it? Maybe. That happened to Khalil Roundtree. No, it was not a surprise because Khalil Roundtree, he's explosive. Very, very, he's explosive, and he's kind of unorthodox to a degree. He talks, kicks from, different angles, he jump in and do stuff. At the same time, he'll wing shots and everything. But he's getting on that side, and he's caught a few bad ones as far as, KOs and people getting to him. Pereira being one. And so I think that, it's not a surprise at this point in time with Khalil Roundtree. Not to see what he has left, but he's coming to that point too to me.
Okay. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of our hour, and I really appreciate your hanging in there and having all this background that you do and the preparation that you do every week. So I want to thank you for that. Tony, you want to lead us out?
It's a great show. And so we be Frank, my brother, and all of my family. One thing I can say is that I'm trying to see if I can get Frank back on this show. I don't know if you've heard, but he's no longer fighting. When I look, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's called hemophilia disease, I think the blood disease. Something where you bleed and you can't control it or something. And evidently he had to get out of boxing, and he took it like a man, brought it up kid, wrote a book about it, and I'm trying to get on so we can talk to him about the book and his experience. So hopefully here soon. But we'll catch you guys next week on the show.
Good. Z?
Another wonderful show. I want to thank Tony, definitely. I want to thank you, Butch, all of my Fighting Words family. We shows are a member of Bob, Coach Melly, Dr. Chris. And if anyone wants to hear any Fighting Words, please do call.
Okay. And just so everybody knows, we've been asked again to make an announcement. and that is if you have any body that you know that you feel that should be in part of the Boxing Hall of Fame, if you send it to bowtiebob63 at Gmail, it's bowtiebob63 at Gmail. If you have a nomination for them, please let them know. That's Bob's personal number and personal email, and he'll take care of it. He is the vice president of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, these programs are brought to you each and every night of the week in grateful appreciation to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the men and women police and fire services. When you're out there and you see somebody in uniform, let them know you know they're there. Please let them know you're there. These are very tough times for men and women in uniform, domestically and foreign. The doctors and nurses and wonderful people with the first responders, as well as nice people at the supermarkets that keep our stuff shocked. These programs are dedicated to those who've lost their lives in the line of duty. Deputy Robert Anthony Carroll, Patrolman David Curtis, Patrolman Jeffrey Colcap, Patrolman Jeffrey Yazwis, Sergeant Thomas Batinger, San Diego Officer Mike Hendler, Sergeant Tom Wilson, Charlotte County Sheriff's Department, Detective Randy Bell, Detective Ricky Childers, Patrolman Charlie Condit, Tarpon Springs Police Department, Deputy Chief Mike Godwin, Philadelphia Fire Department, Lieutenant Joyce Craig Lewis, Philadelphia Fire Department, Sergeant James O'Connor, Philadelphia Police Department, Sergeant Chris LeBake, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Mike Zerba, Newcastle County Police, Patrolman Anafa Crispin, Lakeland PD, Deputy Josh Meyer, Nassau County Sheriff's Department, Captain Matt Letourneau, Philadelphia Fire Department, Captain Chris Leach, Wilmington Fire Department, Lieutenant Ardith Hope, Wilmington Fire Department, Lieutenant Jerry Ficus, Wilmington Fire Department, Chief Jimmy Ford, Wilmington Fire Department, Chief Al Hogle, Long Bouquet Police Department, Deputy Mike Hargrove, Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, Trooper Chelsea Richards, Florida Highway Patrol, Trooper Joe Bullock, Florida Highway Patrol, Trooper Zachary Ben, Florida Highway Patrol, Sergeant Chris Fitzgerald, Philadelphia Police Department, Sergeant Ramon Mendez, Philadelphia Police Department, Chief Corey Capontier, Buffalo Creek Fire Department, Deputy Ronnie Ronazitsky, Manatee County Sheriff's Department, Patrolman Zachary Butterfield, Bradenton Police Department. My brothers and sisters, though you may be 10-7 at this point in time, at some time we'll be 10-10 at the table of the Lord. Until that time, may the rose rise up to meet you. May the winds be always at your back. May the rains fall softly on your fields, and the sun shine lightly on your face. Until we meet again, may the good Lord keep you and your family always in the palm of his hands. Good night, God bless, and have a great week. Oh, pull that out.